connection to YG, but now the security guard that was apparently part of the entourage guarding Draco the Ruler at the music festival where he was murdered after being stabbed in the neck is now...
This is going to come out bad, man. They're going to highlight this Draco and YG situation so they can't be highlighted.
Apparently identifying YG as one of the people who was on the scene with a blade. Now, he was just detained briefly yesterday, and now we're hearing that YG might have been identified as one of the people that was actually brandishing a shank backstage. So I've got the latest kind of reporting that's come out about this. It's in an article in the LA Times that's just come out. So I'm going to kind of react to this and give you some commentary about the article that's just broken. I'm seeing this all over social media. And I want to just run through this and give you my thoughts as we go, because I know the story pretty well. But I never would have expected that YG was actually one of the people brandishing the knife. That's caught me off guard. This is in the LA Times. It just came out. It said Draco security guard says YG brandished knife during the fatal backstage brawl. That is...
Now that is going to be tricky. Should that be proven to be true? And now that they have a witness saying that they saw it, it's going to get ugly.
Insane. So apparently it was during a courthouse deposition. A former security guard for LA rapper Draco the Ruler says that he personally saw a masked YG and two others in his entourage brandishing short blades moments before Draco was stabbed at the Once Upon a Time in LA festival in 2021. YG has repeatedly denied involvement in Draco's death, saying he learned about the killing after arriving at the festival, and law enforcement searched a Burbank property this week and briefly detained YG as they continue to investigate the murder. So it's sounding like maybe there's a lot more going on than meets the eye than what we first initially thought. So,
well, obviously, Traveler Ross, clearly, brother, for sure.
Oh, no, hang on. So this says a former security guard for Draco the Ruler testified under oath that he saw rapper YG produce a knife and slash it towards him during the 2021 backstage fight in which Draco was fatally stabbed, according to recently obtained deposition excerpts. So
now, the fact that he said that he saw it, it's not what he heard, it's not hearsay, this is a first-hand witness account. This is going to be crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. I don't know, man. You look really nice.
They've got these new deposition excerpts, but what is crazy is we've seen this footage of like Draco, you know, facing off with, they were saying it could be as many as 100 bloods, and there was people in YG's...
It's crazy how giving you some shaboing in the morning changes your whole mood.
400 merch, but really there was like a core group of people, and there is a video going around that kind of showed somebody swinging a knife towards Draco, and him kind of stumbling back, and then the next thing we saw, he was on the ground bleeding out from the neck. But to come to find out that YG might have been one of the core people swinging a knife is absolute insanity. I'm shocked. So it says Alric Cooper III, who was part of Draco's security detail at the Once Upon a Time in LA Fest, said YG was front and center, that's a quote, during the December 18th, 2021 brawl, and was one of three men that he saw carrying what appeared to be a short improvised knife. That's crazy. When they say improvised, it does kind of make me wonder, like, how improvised are we talking? Were they just short knives? Were they box cutters that were being used as knives? The word improvised knives is a little bit unusual. I'm wondering exactly what that means. So he went on to say that YG, real name Keenan Jackson, was wearing a ski mask, but he recognized the rapper's hazel eyes as he tried to protect Draco, whose legal name is Darryl Caldwell Jr. And representatives of YG didn't immediately respond to requests for comment. I'm not surprised, but they said that he got hazel eyes. Now, I've heard people talk about hazel eyes. Sometimes I'm like, wait, what color is hazel eyes again? So these are hazel eyes, all right? Now, I did actually see some people commenting on this situation already, that YG didn't have hazel eyes. So let's do a little eye test for YG. So let's just see like YG close up. So the hazel eyes, it's almost like the light brown sort of.
Niggas, you finna have us take a gander into YG's eyes? You finna have us look deep into this man's eyes, Traveler Ross? How long we got of this? Man, we got 14 more minutes. You want me to take a gander into this man's eyes? You want me to get lost in YG's optics?
Of like, got a little sparkle to it, sort of light brown, beige kind of color. So does YG have hazel eyes? I'm not sure if I'm seeing hazel eyes, if I'm completely honest with you. They do look kind of dark in some of these images. That's looking a little hazel, to be honest, that one. That pic's looking a little hazel. This looks like they've edited it to be kind of more on the hazel side. These ones are looking This is sort of a, I don't know what color I would describe that as, but I don't know if I'd say hazel.
A lot of looking into YG's eyes. I'm uncomfortable. Let's continue. I don't want to continue to look into YG's eyes.
Surfaced last month.
I'm sorry, I don't. It made me feel uncomfortable. I don't want to gander into YG's eyes.
A court filing by attorneys representing Drakeos' family in a civil lawsuit against festival organizers and security contractors. It adds more context to the fight after law enforcement investigating the killing searched a Burbank property and detained YG in the process on Thursday. The California Highway Patrol, with help from the Burbank Police Department SWAT team, briefly detained YG while officers searched the property, and he was released after the search and was not arrested. Now, what's really interesting is I saw the footage of this alleged, well, I saw the images of outside this alleged search yesterday, and interestingly enough, I ended up seeing sort of another news report on it that looked completely different, and the location looked completely different. Let me see if I can pull that up for you, because I didn't show that to you yesterday, and it looked a lot more like a house. It was clearly his house. It was clearly a mansion. Okay, for the record, I had a little closer look at this, and I think it was actually older stuff. So this was going around as rapper YG briefly detained in Burbank, what we know, and obviously there was this footage.
Murder of a rapper.
It was this footage here. Let's turn that off and just show you the footage. It was this kind of, well, at least an image or footage.
Yeah, the stare into my eye segment from YG was absolutely barnacles.
What have they done with this? Of him outside the warehouse. We don't need all these Draco clips, do we? So I guess that's him being kind of hearing more about what's going on.
And YG has not been charged.
So, you know, he obviously hasn't been charged. Yeah.
Search warrant, 8-year-old homicide.
The Senate, this is the Burbank SWAT team, whole SWAT unit out there.
Evidence they believe could help advance the nearly 5-year-old homicide investigation. But Gorin says a search warrant is not the same as an arrest, and YG has not been charged.
So, you know, he obviously hasn't been charged. Yeah. But we're going to be hearing more about what's going on as time goes on. I think there will be more to it. I did see another article with this image going around of his home being raided. They said that that was due to a deputy-involved shooting. But I don't think this was the same incident. It said he was briefly detained after they searched a commercial property. It said the agency, along with Burbank, served the warrant. And it said he was detained during the execution of the search warrant. So I think this was old footage of his home.
1600 block of Blue Jay here. This is in the Hollywood Hills above Hollywood. A big turnout from the Los Angeles Police Department and the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department. This is all surrounding a pursuit that took place involving the LA County Sheriff's Department back on July 3rd. An SUV that was registered to the rapper YG was involved in that pursuit. There were some shots fired. We're hearing that one innocent pedestrian was struck as a result of the gunfire that was exchanged between the suspects in that SUV and deputies. One deputy was injured as well. LAFD.
So this is a different event. That's not the Draco situation.
Involvement in Draco's death on his June 2026 song.
Okay, chat. So wait, hold on.
We know the truth. He rejected allegations connecting him to the killing.
We'll let y'all catch the rest of this on Traveler Ross page, because we got some things we need to cover, man. We got some breaking news. We got some breaking news.